Well, hello, my name is Tom Aitken. I'm the director of the company which hopefully you'll be joining us with very soon. The reason why I'm sending you this is to give you an overview of the business. You will also receive some training I'd like you to go through before you arrive at your post. You'll receive some how-to videos, but this is really about you getting to know the company before you arrive. Right, the company consists of two brands. The newest brand is Staff Safety Training, and they specialise in offering training within the school environment. The Enhanced brand has been a historical brand that's been going for quite some time. It's been in operation for about 12 years. And the reason why we decided to have two brands was quite simple. We can actually promote ourselves within a market twice. So for example, on certain campaigns, a client may be approached by one company. They don't want to do business with that company, but they choose to do business with the other company. And in reality, they're buying the same service. And that's a very similar approach to big companies such as car manufacturers. So for example, BMW owns the Mini brand, and it also owns Rolls-Royce. So it can sell to many other clients because it's got different brands. So what we do is we offer training across the UK and develop events. We also have qualification development to support that training to make sure it's accredited correctly. We deliver hundreds of training events across the UK to schools and colleges, and we also train with local authorities, national businesses, and we have a presence in education, care and the security sector. We run a variety of short courses to help organisations remain compliant, and you'll be expected to understand broadly what these courses are, how long their duration is, and how much each course costs. So when you get hold of a brochure, when you come to the offices, please start to look through things. But here's something interesting. Out of all of these courses, you're going to see an imbalance. There'll be courses which are far more popular than other ones, and you'll probably find that only 20% of the courses account for 80% of the business, and you're going to see that ratio in many other aspects of business. It's actually a known phenomenon called the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, and it happens just naturally. So the organisation of the company, you'll see myself at the top. That's me as the director. We've also got a finance director, who's Natalie. We've also got an office manager, who's Shirley, who runs the office. Within the finance section, there's also a financial controller, who's Simona. And helping within the office, myself and Shirley are a marketing assistant, an assistant manager, Navin, and a training coordinator. We've also got some freelancers on the left-hand side that help us. We've got marketing people and IT people who help us. So your working hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 AM to 4:30 PM. Yeah, we're expecting you to be there and available for your work. On occasion, you may require time off. You do get an allocation of time off. Dress-wise, you can dress as you like, as long as you feel comfortable and you feel you can do business in that outfit. Personally, I tend to dress smart most days, but I will come in casual now and again. Shirley tends to dress smart. Navin and the rest of the team tend to be smart casual, but it is up to you. We don't mind as long as you're here to be productive and do business. As an intern, we allow you time off as well. You need to rest, so you don't work at the weekends, and also you are entitled to some time off paid, and we will give you a couple of days every month that you can take off. So you're entitled to roughly, over a 6-month internship, 12 days which you can take to travel. Okay, so our process is like any other business. We get an inquiry, we get a client that needs our services. As a training organisation, we then book some trainers, which we have an extensive list of trainers who have been vetted, quality checked, and we ensure that they're insured and suitable to work with a client. We then deliver the event, and we make sure that the course is delivered very well, and we ensure that the client is extremely happy with the service, because the name of the game is not just working with clients, it's retaining them. Retaining clients is our number one priority. The 5 ways. The 5 ways are a business model, the fundamental structure of any organisation which provides goods or services. And it works in a way whereby we generate leads, people who are interested in our services. We then convert them to an actual customer. We then try to maximise how many sales we have with that customer over a 12-month period. That's how we measure it. And then we try to increase the transactional value per transaction by adding value, add-ons, we call them upsells and cross-sells, so bits that we can bolt on. And finally, we work on our margins, which are things like how much it costs to run the service and how much profit we make from the service. Below you'll see lots of details, so if you want to freeze the screen now, that's a good idea to pause and look through the sort of things that we do to work on each part. Now here, there's only a few, but in reality, there's possibly 20, 30 or even 40 things that we can do in each of the 5 ways to work this. Now this is the easiest way to build and sustain a business. If you just focus on getting leads, but you've got a bad conversion rate, you're going to be very, very busy. If you just focus on margins, your company won't grow. So you need to work equally as best you can over the 5 different ways to grow your business. We need to monitor how we're doing, and typically we'll have a meeting on a Monday morning, and each week we'll choose a main theme. So over the month, each of the core competencies of the business will be addressed. 1 will be customer acquisition, 2 will be delivery, how we manage that delivery, 3 will be how we collect the money from the client, how we make money from the client, and week 4 will be basically how we maintain a relationship and get more sales from the client. During the short team meeting, we'll also get a chance to decide what's happening that week, overarching goals to allow you to move forward knowing that what you're doing is in the best interest of the company. Okay, so we've got responsibilities, be it myself as the managing director or yourself as the intern. Everyone's got different responsibilities, but we've got core responsibilities. So within the office, the basic administration, day-to-day running, that works on interacting with the clients. Now that could be via email or telephone. We maintain the customer and course information on the contact relationship management system, which we've got a specific purpose-built one. We print certificates to recognise our clients for their success in completing the course. And we also send materials by post, courses, books, certificates and registers. Now that could be to the client or the trainer depending on how the event is run. Customer relations. We are extremely hot on follow-up. Following up with the client to either get them from a lead to a client, or following up with a customer to make sure they're happy with our service is really important, and we've got a high emphasis on follow-up. The reason for that is we want to keep the client and keep selling on products and services. We also interact with clients and building relationships. We don't do sales heavily, we don't need to, because we heavily work on building the relationships and giving the client value. When you give somebody value and they start to trust you, it stops being sales and you start to become a trusted advisor, and that's a much nicer way of doing business. We also process customer feedback because they tell us what's going on, and that helps us make adjustments. What the client thinks about our services is extremely important. And finally, projects. Now that means that you may be a lead on a project with an assistant, or you may be assisting on a project. You may have a skill that we don't have. We're going to use that. If you've got a specific skill or a specific interest, we want that to help us drive the company forward. And you may find that you've got a specific lead in which one of us will actually guide you and help you, but it will be up to you whether it's success or fails. It's great for your self-development. Or you may be assisting on a project where somebody else is leading. So that's a great way of moving a specific area. Now that could be a project, that could be marketing, that could be sales, that could be finance, that could be getting an accreditation for us. The list is very broad, but we've got plans that we'd like to do, and you'll be integrated into one of those plans when you arrive. Okay, so what is the perfect intern? Well, the answer is there isn't a perfect intern. Everyone is different. We value people who have got different skill sets and different approaches. However, there are core principles that to be successful in anything you choose to do, we must have these in place. If you've got these in place, the rest of it will fit. So the following characteristics are really important. Initiative. That's basically being proactive. Someone who thinks forward, anticipates and things like that. Now the reason for that is that no matter what your skill set, if you're engaged in understanding, things are not as complicated as we think. Now when you were recruited, or when you chose to engage with Elena's interns, she's actually looking for people who get back to her, who are polite, who communicate promptly. So you've actually started the process, and your behaviour, even before you spoke to us and decided to work with us, your attitude has been checked to make sure you're right for the company. So initiative is the first part. The second one is your attitude. Now when I was younger, I was always, what's this attitude thing? And it's really important that we understand it's simply how you choose to interpret the challenges you're facing and how you want to deal with it. And if your attitude's positive, you want to make things happen, you don't see everything as a major issue or as a catastrophe, and you're upbeat about things and you're keen to learn, you'll always do well. You'll always do well if you choose to be like that, and it is very much a choice. We can learn to have negative and positive attitudes, so we need you to be coming here thinking, right, I want to really do well here, and I want to help this company grow, and I want to learn a lot. Adaptability. Now that means really it's not always going to be a straight line. You may be doing something and suddenly myself or one of the team will say stop doing that, move on to something else, and you need to be able to adapt to the situation. As a small business, what's really good about what we do is we can pick up and change our strategy quite quickly. Massive companies can't do that. It would take weeks, months or years. We can decide 1 week to start a new project and it becomes live in 2 or 3 weeks. That's really exciting, but you've got to be adaptable. It requires the same skill set, but just a slightly different approach to help the company move forward. Communication skills are vital. Now, we understand that in most cases, English is the second language, but you need to be able to communicate effectively. So your English needs to be of a reasonable standard, and your ability to write English needs to be accurate. That's really important. We're very strict on that. We do appreciate you want to improve your English skills, but we don't have the space in the company if your English is not, at good communication levels. And finally, commitment. You need to be turning up, ready to go, ready to do your job. I need you to have lists. I need you to have a notebook. When we're having conversations, take notes, take notes, take notes. Keep learning and writing stuff down, because everything that we say to you will benefit you. We've got a lot of experience in the company, we've got a lot of knowledge, we've got a lot of people that have got business experience, we've got a lot of people that have got high level qualifications, MBAs, speak multiple languages. So although we're a small business, we've got a really fantastic mastermind of people. So always ask questions and take notes. Yeah, the biggest mistake you can make is thinking that you're coming in, you've maybe got a degree or two, maybe you've got an MBA, and you think you're the smartest person in the room. That's a big mistake. I go to meetings with some of the most successful people in the world, entrepreneurs that are multimillionaires, and I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly learning about how to move myself forward, and that's what you should be thinking. And if you've got a can-do attitude and you want to learn, you're really going to enjoy your time with us. Okay, just to finish off, to get you started, we need you to come in with an understanding of how things work, the basics. So here's some homework for you to do. Please don't turn up on the day without studying this stuff. It's important. I need you to understand the business. I need you to understand the products. And I also need to understand the basic operational systems. And these programs that we've got in place now will help you. So you need to go to these 3 bits, look at the 2 websites, and also go to the staff learning portal. It won't take long, but it'll get you ready to start really good on the day. Well, I hope you're looking forward to joining us. And I hope that you're excited about your time at the company. You're not just going to be sitting around doing little tasks, but you've got to learn the basics. You need to learn the basics before you move on to the bigger stuff and the better stuff. So I really hope you're looking forward to coming and look at it as a little bit of an adventure. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye now.